everyone, it's Karina and welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new day. It is Monday, November 16th and it is 6 o'clock in the evening. So I got to make supper. Yeah, I just got home from the grocery store, so I will have a grocery haul for you. It's not a huge one, just some stuff I picked up for stocking up and for stuff I intend on using for recipes. Okay, so that's not what this video is about though. So for this video, I have another cooking video for you. It is another food pantry meal. So stuff, pretty much everything I'm using is from the food pantry. So let's get to it and find out what that is. Okay everyone, so here it is. This is all the ingredients we're going to need for this meal. Again, super easy meal to make and it's going to be good. So everything except one food item is from the food pantry, and that is Frank's sauerkraut, which I just purchased on my little grocery haul, which I'll bring to you later. So let me go over everything. This is the smoked sausage that we received in the food pantry last week. Yeah, Thursday. So yeah, we received like 4 of these packs, so I'm going to use one today. And some of the potatoes that we received from the food pantry, and onion that we also received from the food pantry. So just showing you how good of meals you can actually make from food pantry items that you receive. So it is a blessing, so please don't waste it. And all I'm going to need for all of this is a casserole dish. So, all right, so let me get to it. All I'm going to do with the potatoes is I'm going to slice them up, as well as this, the onion. I'm just going to slice those up, and the sausage I'm going to cut in little rings. So let me get to it, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so just to update you on what I'm doing and how I'm cutting the potatoes and onions, I'm just going to show you quick. So basically I just slice my onions like this. Not my onions, my potatoes. So you can see the thickness here. That's already getting on the thicker side. Of course, not every slice is even. I don't, try to get them as even as possible, but I just try to keep them thin. So that's about the thickest I like to go. You can see in comparison to this one, a little thinner. So that's about how I like to cut them, because it's going to take a couple hours as it is. So the thicker you cut your potatoes and onions, the longer it's going to take to cook. So that's about how I cut my potatoes. And then my onions over here, you see I have them all sliced up, and you can see how thin they are. I just cut the onion in half and then just slice them all up, and then just break them all apart in here. You can see how thin. You don't want them too thin because they disintegrate, but you don't want them too thick, because if you like thick, soft onions, then they're not going to get that soft. So again, just whatever. I guess it's whatever you like and how you like it, but that's just how I do it. So right now I'm going to slice up the rest of my potatoes, and then I'll do the sausage, and I'll show you how I just throw it all in there. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay folks, so I have everything cut up, and now I'm just going to put it in the casserole dish. So I did go to a smaller casserole dish because I used to use a big one, and Glenn does not eat as much as he used to anymore. So I have since gone to a smaller casserole dish, but he will still eat off of this a couple of nights. So that's going to be 2-3 fixings for a meal, so we'll still be good. All right. So I showed you before, I got all my onions in there, and I've already rinsed off my potatoes, so I'm just going to throw all my potatoes in there. And then I'm just going to salt and pepper. Glenn loves pepper and not so much salt, so I don't use too much salt, and I use a lot of pepper. But he probably still wouldn't think this is too much. All right, so got that all salt and peppered. I'll do what I did with the cookies. So I'll do that, and they'll all slide out. So, all right, I got my sausage all cut up here in rings. And this sausage, the package says it's already fully cooked, so I'm not worried about cooking it. I'm just putting it in here for the entire time just to get the flavor of the sauerkraut through. So I'm just going to dump this over this. So in that pack of sausage, this was 1.5 of that entire sausage. And I'll show you what the other part of the sausage is going to be for. Because I don't eat this. I don't like sauerkraut. So this is strictly for Glenn. There are a lot of meals that he likes that I don't. But I still make it for him. And I'll just eat something real simple. I'm pretty simple that way. I don't really care. I'll eat a hot dog if I have to. So, all right. So all this is in here. You can see that. And now I'm just going to put the sauerkraut over it. You see all those juices? It'll all go to the bottom. And he's been eating this meal since before I even got here. So these are recipes that come from his ma. And I just try to still make it for him. I'm sure they're not as good as his ma's. But I try to still give him the meals he grew up on. As well as he likes the meals I did, which is pretty much Mexican food. That's pretty much what I grew up on. Alright. I'm hoping this casserole dish will be okay to hold all the juices that will develop. Alright. Okay. I want to cut myself. Be careful on the lids when you cut those. You don't want to cut yourself. Okay, so you could see all the juices that it went to the bottom. So that's basically what's going to steam this whole thing. You see the sauerkraut, the sausage, everything's in there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cover it with tin foil and I'm going to throw it in the oven. I preheated the oven to 350. So I'm going to cover it, throw it in the oven, and I'll probably check it in about an hour just to see. Okay, so normally it takes about 2 hours, again, depending on how thick your onions and potatoes are. But I'll check it in an hour. I just like to check it just to make sure everything's okay. All right, so I'll be right back when it's ready. Okay, folks, so this is done. So I'm just going to uncover it. I already have, but just so you can see what it looks like. Steaming pretty good. I'll just bring the camera over here. You can see how juicy it is. Potatoes and onions at the bottom. All this kraut. And we're just going to serve it in a plate. Just going to take a spoon and pick her up. All right, I'm going to finish serving the plate here, and I'll be right back. Okay, folks, so there it is. A plate full of potatoes, onions, sauerkraut, and sausage. So that is a meal in itself. So Glenn is going to enjoy this. I'll show you what I'm going to do with the rest of that sausage that I'm going to eat. So I'm going to serve up some cottage cheese for Glenn, which we also received from the pantry, and he's going to be set. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. All right, folks, so this is the last part of the sausage that I did not cut up for Glenn's meal. Again, I don't like sauerkraut, so it's just going to be a simple meal for me. What I did with this was I just took the last portion, I sliced it in half, and I'm just going to fry it up. And I'm going to put it on tortilla, flour tortilla, with some shredded cheese. And that's just going to be it. So I got that warming up right now. And I have my This is my tortilla warmer. It goes over the 2 burners. And as soon as that sausage is done, I'll show you what my little sausage taco will look like. Alright folks, so I got my sausage almost done. I put some shredded cheese on top of the 2 halves. I got my tortillas warming up right now, and I'll show you when it's plated. Alright folks, so my meal is done now. Here I have 2 tortillas, 2 flour tortillas, and there is the sausage, the last sausage half. And you can see I melted the cheese over it. This right here is just the hard cheese from the frying pan, which I like also. So that's just like a sausage taco. And over here I have my beloved avocado. So that's going to be a meal for me. No problem. Easy and good. So I hope you enjoyed this whole video. Okay folks, so there you have it. Another food pantry meal. Super easy and delicious. So I made 2 separate meals out of the same sausage. One for Glenn, one for myself. And it's going to be good. So I'm going to get going so I can eat mine before it gets cold. I hope you all have a good night. And until next time.